live on Class 91.3 FM in Accra, Ho FM 92.5 in the Volta region, Dagbon FM 102.5 in Tamale, Radio 1 92.1 in the Upper West region, Radio Power 96 in Spain. Around the world, join us on classfmonline.com. Coming up in this bulletin, continuous rain since last night triggered flooding in Matayeko. Also, investigations beginning to flood that gutted Nobia FM and TV studio. Then NDC Central Regional Chairman sues Obata and Pa FM over alleged defamation case. Also coming up in this bulletin today, 900 Ghanaians sheltered in South Africa ahead of anti-immigration protest. The government engages investors to provide and revive Commander Sugar Factory. These plus many other stories coming your way shortly.
This is the Class Breakfast News.
I am Elizabeth Aidoo and welcome to Class 91.3 FM. Let's settle for the details of the news. Now, heavy rains that began last night and continued into the morning have disrupted movement and daily activities in part of Accra, with residents relying only on limited street lighting as visibility drops across affected communities. In the areas such as Matayeko, conditions were described as difficult, poor drainage and flooding making part of the neighborhood almost impossible. The continuous downpour has also raised concerns about safety, especially for early morning commuters and traders. Some residents say they were forced to adjust their routine due to the weather condition. We'll bring you the sound bite subsequently right here on Class 91.3 FM. Now let's move on to some other stories, because investigations are expected to begin in the cause of a fire that destroyed the studios and equipment of Nobia FM and TV in the early hours of Saturday, June 27, 2026. The general manager of the station, Jandam Yabwacha, says the cause of the fire is yet to be established and the incident will be officially reported to the Ghana National Fire Service for investigation. According to him, the station's engineer, who was the only person at the premises, noticed the fire after it had spread through the studio. He rushed to the nearby fire station for help, but firefighters reportedly had to mobilize additional personnel before responding. The blaze was eventually brought under control with support from community members, but all broadcasting equipment and logistics are destroyed. Let's take a listen to the general manager of the station.
Because we don't have the number from the Ghana Fire Service, we have to take that to the office. The office is not far from where we are. There's a few kilometers away from here. So we have nearly 10 of them, and without fire can to help the supported, but they were able to from the fire and so and that helped us get over our land home to airport.
Class 91.3 FM.
Yes, so this is also that this thing has happened, and the cause of the fire we cannot tell, and we are hopeful.
That's the general manager for the station of Nobia. Would also go live with him on 12 Live to give you more details on that situation here. Now to some other stories. A battle is brewing between the Central Regional Chairman of the National Democratic Congress, Professor Richard Kofi Aidoo, and Kasobe's Obata FM following a 10 million Ghana cedis defamation lawsuit against the station and its morning show host. Professor Aidoo says the presenter falsely accused him of on air of masterminding violence within the NDC in the Ewutu East constituency and across Central region. He described the claims as false and malicious and is demanding 10 million Ghana cedis in damages, as well as a public apology and retraction. The regional chairman also denies allegations that he assaulted any staff member of the station, insisting he only visited the premises to seek clarification over what he described as repeated defamation comments. He further disclosed that the NDC and the Municipal Security Council have petitioned the National Communication Authority to investigate the station over alleged inflammatory broadcast by the station.
It is FDP propaganda, totally zero. Obi and Zasa work in that intro. But you see, Assemba, the engineer could be it will be other Makani Opa, but for a Monday Tuesday, no major but Mission were here, one of the most central. One of the soon by Seminar Mombo of Fasuma, and I say, Lagos Station, Congo Station, to me to me, close to this station, I NCA station. Intermission, I walk along, I just can't attempt to destroy my hard organization.
That was the Central Regional Chairman of the National Democratic Congress, Professor Richard Kofi Aidoo, and speaking on Accra Base FM with journalists following a 10 million defamation lawsuit against the station and this morning show host. According to him, they've made some defamatory comments about him. Now, the criminal case involving an alleged shooting incident linked to former Domkwabenya Member of Parliament Sarah Drasafo may be moved to the High Court following a petition by her legal team to the Attorney General. The lawsuits are urging the Attorney General to call for the police docket to review the matter and refile it at the High Court, arguing that the current court handling the case lacked jurisdiction. The case stemmed from a June 21 incident which Sarah Drasafo was allegedly shot while seated in her vehicle outside the residence of her brother Nana Kojo Safo Akofna. He and 8 others have been arrested and charged with offences including possession of firearms and ammunition, use of offensive weapons, possession of explosive, involvement in vigilante activities, and discharging firearms in the public space. They were each granted 500,000 Ghana cedis bail with 2 sureties. Now, in response to renewed xenophobic tension, about 900 Ghanaians in South Africa have been moved to safe location ahead of planned protest on June 30. The Ghana High Commissioner to South Africa, Benjamin Kwashi, says the affected nationals are being sheltered as precautionary measures were arranged and are made for their safe and orderly repatriation. He explained that the move is to protect Ghanaians who are either awaiting evacuation or considered as risks aimed and amid planned anti-immigration protection and demonstration. The authority says the situation is being closely monitored in collaboration with Ghana Ministry of Foreign Affairs to ensure the safety of all affected citizens.
We have engaged the Department of Society. I'm sure that you've heard that our people, compatriots from Malawi, almost 10,000 of them are being repatriated back home. So the whole setup of the Home Affairs Department, which are supposed to help us in clearing our people to travel, are dealing with that number, that huge 10,000 number. And so we couldn't have them last week to help us. We're hoping that by this week they should be able to finish up with whatever they are doing so that they come and help us. Unfortunately, yesterday in the evening when I had a call with the Honorable Minister, he wished that we were able to do the evacuations before the 30th of June. But from the South African side, it will be very difficult, and we don't want to be seen as people who are not grateful, because when we started, they have been there helping us through the screening processes. And I believe that once they told us that they are dealing with the Malawians, and once they are done with the Malawians, they will come to us. We're looking between next week.
That's Ghana's High Commissioner to South Africa, Benjamin Kwashi. President John Dramani Mahama has disclosed that government is in talks with investors to revive the Commander Sugar Factory, with proposals including restriction on imported sugar under consideration. Speaking during a tour of the Central Region, President said the engagements are aimed at restoring operations at the long-dormant facility to boost local sugar production and reduce Ghana's dependence on import. The Commander Sugar Factory, established in 1964 and recommissioned in 2016 after major rehabilitation, has remained largely inactive due to operational and raw material challenges. President Mahama noted that while the investor has proposed a ban on imported refined sugar to protect local production, government will first assess the factory's capacity to ensure it can meet national demands.
Na abaye twemu any investor bi akasa I say omo ojena tumu say onu na omo pese oje factory no na or revive factory no na Nia meaning say ya yen say Minister of Trade Efre sa investor no. And also your person or yen say or person or the a back unrefined sugar. Because ahwede ni ni ho at this time. Nti opese yema no kwan ne or the unrefined sugar eba. I just say esichire a ya ye nso ye mfamfa machine no. Nti obeba be siesie no a package na waton. Enso nia ohia ne say 13 yemba ne esichire a ye de ba krom ha. So na say na be ya onu benya monopoly over the Ghanaian market. As we say, I was saying who said Ubetimi Asha say Asani Abane and yet a situation Bobe Cosro. Naibia no and to me and produce a situation no ama or mino. And you go so and then a cassa. Maybe an event say near ya yede banu yebe chaso. Send a beya a bema space now on also the situation of person or yano on also Edeba. And you go so a cassa, but Nema Minister of Trade. Abehu nana commander now we brief you here send a bear also obetimi akase woman for.
That was the President John Dramani Mahama. Government Health Workforce Migration Initiative has seen Ghanaians health professionals depart for St. Kitts for overseas employment. The program is designed to provide safe and structured international job opportunities for health workers while helping to protect Ghana's health system through a managed labor migration framework. The Deputy Minister for Health, Dr. Grace Ayensu Dankwa, urged the professionals to work diligently, uphold Ghana's reputation, and return home with skills and experience that will help strengthen the country's healthcare system delivery in the country.
Huge backlog of nurses. Nurses have not been hired since 2020. So 2022 group at home, 2021 group, we just started recruitment. 2022 at home, 2023, 24, and some 2025. So the backlog is over 70,000, if not up to 100,000. That's just our nurses. That doesn't even include the rest of the health professionals. So as a government, we really had to come up with innovative solutions to the huge backlog that we have. As you all know, government has started recruiting for the 2021 group. We are recruiting about 25,000 of them this year. Next year, we'll continue to recruit. But as we are recruiting, we still have a backlog. And what was the solution? And one of the solutions is what we are seeing today. We have about 14 countries that have reached out to us with bilateral agreements to be able to export some of our nurses in a shared bilateral agreement. That is one way that we are thinking outside the box to be able to support our huge nursing staff that are.
That's the Deputy Minister for Health, Dr. Grace Ayensu Dankwa. To some other stories, Ghana's quest for a first FIFA World Cup quarter-finals appearance since 2010 continues on Friday, June 3, when the Black Stars take on Colombia in the high-stake round of round 32 clash at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The match will kickstart off at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time in the United States and 1:30 a.m. GMT on Saturday, July 4 at Arrowhead Stadium. The Black Stars booked their place in the knockout stage despite suffering a 2-1 defeat to Croatia in their final Group L match. Ghana took the lead before Croatia mounted a comeback to secure victory and finished second in the group. Despite the defeat, Ghana advanced as one of the tournament's best third-place team, reaching the World Cup knockout stage for the first time since the 2010 edition in South Africa. Friday's encounter with Colombia offers the Black Stars an opportunity to reach round of 16 and move on one step closer to marching and surpassing their historic run to the